Welcome to One Knife, One Pan, One Dish with me, the demo chef. Today, bit of venison. So, I've just lit the stove. This is about a minute and a half in, and it's already producing viable heat. There's a circle of steel on the top, which I can take off, so I've got absolute direct heat straight onto my pan, or I can use it and it will diffuse the heat slightly. And it's perfect for use with our fabulous glamping pan from Venison Foundry, which you'll be seeing in a few minutes. While the stove's heating up, the silver thing on the top, that's the water boiler. It wraps round the flue, and it's great. If you want to brew or wash up with nice hot water, it's absolutely perfect. Just a standard mirepoix, carrot, celery and onion. You know how it works. As you can see, we've got our lovely Venison Foundry glamping pan, which I received this afternoon fortuitously from Neil and Sue at the Foundry in Netherton, Shropshire. This pan's just made for this stove. It is amazing. It fits perfectly and it's heating up like an absolute dream. So in a minute we're going to have the saute. We're going to saute the cabbage on here with the mirepoix, and we're going to put the black pudding through at the last minute just to warm, and then we'll do our normal trick of banging it in a foil bag. And then it's on with the star of the show, the venison. And there's a bit of an extra twist. We've got a bit of a treat from Bliker's Smokehouse. We've got their oak roast smoked salmon. What better way to make a bit of a surf and turf? So those of you who've seen anything that I've done before will know that I'm a great believer in supporting the British dairy industry. So plenty of butter in my pan. A bit of the mirepoix goes in, some of the cabbage. I'm going to create some steam. The way we're going to do this is we're going to add a little bit of water from our boiler. And once we've got that on, we're going to pop our bacon press on. Because, so how useful is it to have a tap on tap? On with the bacon press, and that holds it down. There is a little trick you can do with some foil. What we do is, in order to trap the steam, and bacon press is great because it holds it flat to the bottom of the pan so you get even caramelisation. But in order to get just that little bit extra moisture captured, what you can do is this. Is you make that fit in the pan, and it reduces the amount of moisture you lose from the pan. It also traps steam and encourages things to cook that little bit quicker. So there we go, nice little trick for you there. We give that about a minute to a minute and a half under the foil with the press on, and you actually see a colour change. The colour goes to an absolutely beautiful, almost iridescent green. Now in with this now, to heat it up, just to warm it slightly, we're going to pop in our black pud. Oh yes, that king of things, the black pudding. There we go, and we'll stir that in. This is our black pudding and cabbage salad. There we go, and back on. It's a shame you can't see this because the rains are about to come again. My wife's standing here with an umbrella over my head, trying to keep water off me. It's not working. So there it is. That's our side dish. It's a warm salad of cabbage and black pudding. Well, the one thing it's missing seasoning. There's a little Welshman I know called Kiernan. I'm going to show you something. This is what he makes. It's called Rinflas or umami seasoning, and it's from the Mushroom Garden in Snowdonia, and it's amazing. It's I can't begin to describe how good this is. We're just going to use a little pinch in here, and it really does make all the difference. So we're going to give that a stir in now. And straight away, he uses shiitake mushrooms to make that seasoning, which is absolutely beautiful. Right, as people know, we don't have to mess about too much with Venison Foundry pans when we need to wash them. We generally need some water, give them a swill, and that's about your job done. So, it's time for a little bit of washing up in a second. Time for the star of the show now, our beautiful venison. Our venison always comes from one place, which is Round Green Farm. It's a deer farm near Barnsley. You can actually see the deer if you drive along the M1, and these people are fabulous. And the other thing is, with this, I've just made a little parcel up out of our for our side dish, I'm going to pop that on there, and that's going to stay hot. Normally I balance them in the pan, so it's happy days. I've got somewhere else to put a side dish. And there we have it, a smoking hot pan. It's spitting a bit because it's spitting a bit with rain. In we go, and you can see straight away how hot this pan gets with the Frontier stove. It's absolutely amazing. Right, on with our bacon press. That's going to hold it flat to the bottom of the bottom of the pan now, and create really, really deep, even caramelisation. You might see it go a bit dark. That's going to put my umbrella back up. And you see, just as you start to make headway, the heavens open. You might notice on here, there's some blackening. That's because I've used a little bit of balsamo black garlic, and I've made a paste out of it with a tiny bit of oil and rubbed it into the outside of the venison just to seal it. And the caramelisation makes all the difference. I'm going to pop this back on now, and you can hear the note change straight away from a gentle sizzle to a really good hard hiss. The sound of chefs making money. Remember the fall we had from the cabbage? I'm going to reuse it. I like recycling. I'm going to recycle it. I'm going to pop the venison into it. So it is now going to rest on top of this, our lovely Frontier stove, just like that. And it's just going to stay warm. It's not going to keep on cooking. So it's going to stay on there like that, just staying warm. Right, the only thing I need now is some more of the mirepoix, which is in quite a wet platter, this one. I'm going to pop some more of that in. And this is going to make our sauce. So in with the mirepoix and in with a little bit of butter. Next thing we need in the pan, red wine. You can see how hot that pan's got. Let's get that back up to the boil quickly. I'm going to add a little bit more of our umami seasoning from the lovely Kiernan at Irad Fadak, which he's going to absolutely rollick me for because my Welsh pronunciation is appalling. And the last thing of all, because it's a red wine sauce, and the last thing of all is a red wine sauce, is some dark muscovado sugar. And there we have it. And all we're going to do is bring that up to the boil, which will not take that long on this stove. A little bit of beurre Monty au beurre to mount with butter. So a tiny cube of butter in, and we just stir that and incorporate it, and it adds a shine. So it's a double bubble butter sauce. There's only one more thing to do, plate up. So here we've got our black pudding and cabbage salad. If you've seen these demos before, you'll know how this works. It's not about fancy and faffy, it's about get it on the plate. Bit more of our lovely black pudding down the centre. The black pudding comes from our local butcher, Richard Wayne in Kirby Moorside. Huge fan of it, huge fan. So that's our cabbage and black pudding down the centre. And of course, the star of the show, our amazing venison steak from Round Green Farm, cooked how I like it, pink. Some might say blue, I say pink. And I know one thing, I promised you surf and turf, and so surf and turf you shall get. This is the oak roast Scottish smoked salmon from Bliker's Smokehouse at Leman Bar. Absolutely amazing. And what better to pop on to our stunning venison. We've already dressed the red wine on. A little bit of that on there. A little bit down the centre there. Pop the chive flowers on. Perfect. And a smidge more. Our red wine sauce. That's what I call a surf and turf.